today I would like to introduce to you how to install the DL2 machine. This is how the machine will look after you have unpacked it from the wooden crate and remove all the polythene that was installed in this. Apart from this machine, it has three major other areas. This is the payoff stand that you will receive, and this is the stabilizer. This stabilizer is necessary for the electrical consumption of the machine. Apart from this, this is the tape holding tray, this is the FRL, this is the connection wire, the HMI mounts, two keys, key 1 for the electrical panel, key 2 for the HMI mount, a pen drive which will be inserted into the HMI for log files. For the entire installation, only 3 tools are required: a flathead screw, a number 10 and 11 spanner, and a number 5 Allen key. In this step, we will be installing the remote of the machine. For this, we need a number 5 Allen key. This remote will already be connected. All we need to do is take out the screws that are installed in this. This is on the drum plate. Both the screws will be in the position in which they need to be installed. Keep the remote. Now tighten the screws with the number 5 Allen key. For installing the HMI mount, take out the pneumatic wires that are inserted into the switching block. After they are taken out, there are 2 screws that will be inserted into the place where they need to be installed at. Place the HMI mount on the plate and then tighten the screws with a number 5 Allen key. After installing the HMI mount, it is time to put these back. For installing the tape mount, take out the screws that have been placed here, place the tray back and then put the screws back together. For installing the HMI, the tool we will be using is a flathead screwdriver. Take the HMI, the 4 HMI mounts and key 2. Open the HMI panel with the key 2. Place the HMI in this manner inside the cutout. After putting the HMI in the cutout, there are protrusions in the HMI mounts. These need to be placed in this gap. The same thing needs to be done for this corner and 2 in the bottom. After the HMI mounts have been placed, simply tighten the screw using a flathead screwdriver. After the HMI mounts have been placed, first place the earth wire in this screw. This is the electrical wire. This has to be placed here, keeping in mind the protrusion is outside. This is the Ethernet wire. The protrusion should be outside. The USB drive in the middle. And that's it. The HMI has been mounted. Now close the HMI door. Next, we will be installing the FRL. For installing the FRL, take out the cover from this side. For that, you will need a number 10 spanner. Take out the 4 screws from here, here and here. The FRL needs to be placed on the 2 holes that are here. After this, these are the nuts. These can be tightened with an 5 number Allen key. Place the screws here and then tighten the nuts from the other side. After tightening the FRL, take the pneumatic pipes coming from the payoff stand, insert them in these holes and then connect them to the solenoid that is placed here. After installing the FRL, this is the main supply that will be going inside. This is the pneumatic main supply that will be coming from your compressor. This is the switch valve that you can use to turn on the air or turn off the air.
To connect main electrical supply to DN2, you would require 3 phases and 1 neutral. Once you open the electrical panel, you will find an MCB on the bottom right corner. The wires on the output terminal of the MCB would be marked as RYB and N. RYB denotes the 3 phases and the N denotes neutral. To connect the main supply, all you need to do is unscrew the screws, push the wire in and screw them back together. Make sure you connect the phases to RYB and the neutral to N. Once the connections are done and you are sure the connections are correct, turn the MCB on and the machine will turn on.